He always considered himself like more like funk, like down-tuned funk.
What else would you call it, though?
Not uptown funk.
Bruno Mars core.
No one wants to be Peter Criss, Lois, not even Peter Criss.
What's going on, everybody? This is Trend Kill Radio, a rock news show about all things rock, except for when it's not, brought to you by Janko Jeans and Slavs wearing tracksuits. Before we get started, please hit subscribe and hit your notifications. You have to hit those notifications for you to get your subscription. And let's just get it started. I'm your host, Sean Ryan.
And I am Coley Colgate, back in the dungeon again.
Back in the fart box.
Yeah, if you want to call it that. It smells kind of nice in here.
Yeah, I got lavender. Tonight we are talking about a legendary rock band. You may know this little band in California called Korn.
Korn with a K, backwards
Backwards K, I know.
No, frontwards K, backwards R.
Oh, backwards R, yeah, like a child wrote it.
Yeah, revoke your fucking new metal card, Jesus.
I was a bigger Crazy Town fan, sorry.
Whoa, definitely. Give me the card. Never heard anyone say that ever.
I know. So Korn, they have been around for 30 years. They have 14 albums, and they are legendary rock bands. They have solidified themselves as guaranteed they're going to be in the Rock Hall.
Oh, yeah,
they're world-renowned. Everybody knows who fucking Korn is. They started the nu metal revolution.
Yeah, when you think nu metal, you think Korn immediately.
Yeah. And they hate that. They hate that title. Yeah, because he always considered himself like more like funk, like down-tuned funk.
What else would you call it, though?
Not uptown funk.
Bruno Mars core.
So recently, Jonathan Davis was doing a story for Metal Hammer out in the UK, and they were discussing what Korn's worst fucking song was.
Yeah.
And I immediately, when I went to worst song, I thought like maybe like the first two albums because, you know, you're kind of developing as a band.
Figuring it out.
Yeah. I mean, like Linkin Park nailed it. Crazy Town clearly nailed it.
Best band of all time, as people said, yeah.
But I mean, even Deftones, they were figuring it out. Korn was figuring it out. Limp Bizkit was figuring it out. You know, it wasn't until Follow the Leader came. But I was assuming something like Chutes and Ladders. Because, I mean, like, come on. It's a silly song. Yeah. He's just doing child's nursery rhymes and stuff from the 18th century. You know, I wasn't expecting this, but you figured it out. Right
yeah, I saw the headline and I was like, oh, well, I definitely know what that is. Because it's probably my least favorite Korn song, even though it has all the elements to be my favorite Korn song. Even though it's from my favorite record by them, it's got an excellent featured artist. Everything lines up for it to be perfect, but I do not like it, and neither does Jonathan Davis, apparently.
What is that song from what album?
That song is All in the Family.
It's all in the family.
And that is from Follow the Leader.
Yes, their third album, iconic album.
5 times platinum.
Yeah, Freak on a Leash, Got the Life. I mean, it kick-started, like, if there's anyone younger watching, MTV, like, didn't just show Rob Dyrdek. It showed MTV, like, played videos.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was on all the time. That was revolutionary.
Cutting-edge video, too, for its time. It was, like, half performance, half animated. Freak on a Leash music video. If you remember it just, the beginning, they shot a bullet, and they just kind of followed the bullet through the whole video, and it was blowing shit up in what became like Mythbusters fashion, where it was slow-mo blowing shit up. It was pretty cool for the time. There wasn't a lot like it. That was actually the video, like, I was aware of Korn, but when that song came out and that video came out, I was like, this is my life now. And I went and bought some church pants and some Jinko jeans and started spiking my hair, and I had a ball necklace. And I was very cool. I was very cool.
Man.
Or so I thought.
So back to All in the Family. Yes, that song is very interesting because, I mean, like, the album's great, and they got Children of the Corn with Ice Cube, and Limp Bizkit was just coming up. This is before they were, like, probably, like, around the time that they put out Faith.
Yeah, it was right when they were just really picking up speed.
Yeah, this is before, like, Limp Bizkit, and now they're, I just saw today Limp Bizkit's playing Madison Square Garden. So, yeah, I mean, like, Korn was early on that. They brought him on the Family Values tour. That was a fucking sweet tour. And anyway, so, like, they did this rap song. Like, Korn and Limp Bizkit, they got together in the studio, and they got drunk, and
Jonathan Davis and Fred Durst were battle rapping each other on the song. and then in the hook becoming all friendly again, saying it's okay, it's all in the family.
Yeah, Jonathan Davis goes on to say to Metal Hammer, quote, "All in the Family is the worst song ever." Davis tells Hammer, "It's horrible. We were all drunk in the studio and I was trying to rap. At the time, we were having a good time, but now I just cringe. I've got nothing against Fred. It just sucks. We were out of our minds drunk. It shouldn't have made the record." End quote.
You know, coming from him, that says a lot. I mean, it wasn't like every other dude in the band, probably both bands, weren't in the studio also saying, yeah, this is bad. Don't put this out. They were all like, hell yeah, man, this is so good. Let's put it on the record. I don't understand that, how that missed everything.
What, this came out in like 97, so you got to be thinking like 96. You're a bunch of 20-year-olds. You're getting drunk. You're on label money. And, I don't know, you just write some questionable things.
I went back and listened to it after the article, and all I kept thinking about was, now that I'm like older and been doing music for a while, like thinking, what engineer or producer was in the studio when that was happening? Like, fuck me, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, had to sit there for hours, maybe days, making that sound good, because I know it didn't sound good when they recorded it. Like, especially Jonathan's raps, like they probably were awful, like god awful.
They were better than Fred's.
I mean, on the record, but I'm sure in the recording it probably was. That's probably
on the
why he
record.
hates it so
Oh
much.
my! No, Fred was terrible. His lines sucked.
Yeah,
Jonathan was miles above him.
I don't think Fred had really found himself as a rapper at that point yet either, because he was still trying to do a little bit like this and not like this. And hell yeah, he didn't do any of that. That would have been better. Limp Bizkit. Korn.
Anyways, so, I mean, just to quote a couple of these lyrics, Fred goes, "You stuck up, sucker, corny motherfucker, taking over flows in this limp pimp. Need a biscuit to save this crew from John Davis. I'm gonna drop a little east side skill. You best step back, cause I'm a kill.
That's pretty good.
I don't want to do anymore.
No, that's pretty good. I'm working on a record right now. Do you want to maybe grab a feature?
Can I rap?
You just did. Actually, just give me that audio. I'll just use that. Nobody will know.
But this song, there's a lot about incest, and they say the F word, and not fuck, but you know what I'm talking
Father.
about. No.
Well, in some cases.
It's got 3 letters. You can't say that these days, but and you were bringing up a point before the show.
Yeah, it didn't age well. The whole song itself just really didn't age well. There's a lot of things in it that just wouldn't fly today. If the kids got a hold of this, you know, it could be problematic for old Johnny Davis.
I mean, yeah, and it's so long ago they were talking about Waco.
Yeah.
The fucking disaster that happened in Waco. If you guys are watching this, you don't even fucking know what that means. Look it up. Waco, Texas.
It was a whole to do.
Yeah, it was a thing.
I think there's a documentary about it on Netflix.
But then they trade off lyrics and I love you,
and I want you,
and I'll suck you,
and I'll fuck you. Hell yeah!
And I'll butt fuck you,
and I'll eat you,
and I'll suck your little dick, motherfucker.
Say what? Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's exactly how embarrassing that song really is. If you just cringed at what we were doing,
but my
listen to the song.
My favorite part, and I don't know if I just didn't pick up on it when the record first came out or if I wasn't paying attention, but they're battle rapping each other on the song, which makes it so much funnier to me now as an adult, because I just thought they were just saying shit like rappers say shit, but they're actually talking to one another, which is hilarious that they're saying those things to one another at a time in music when that wasn't, you were supposed to be like the tough guy, the hard ass, the fucking badass dude, and you're just like, I'll suck your dick.
Yeah, there was no Lil Nas X.
No.
They're saying, I'll eat your ass is basically what they're going on about.
I would love to hear Korn featuring Lil Nas X. I'm sure it's coming.
It should. Why not?
I'd love it.
I mean, they did that whole dubstep album. That's one of Jonathan's favorites.
I hate that record, too.
I kind of like it.
I just don't like that.
There's a song called Let's Go that's not dubstep. That's really good with Noisia. You should check that out. But anyways.
I think a lot of bands of that era can say that they made a bad song. And they probably can point to one that they hate the most. I don't know, like Hoobastank. I know they fucking hate The Reason.
Not Crazy Town, though.
Crazy Town's never done anything wrong.
No.
They could do no wrong as far as I'm concerned.
No, big ups to Shifty.
Even Shifty's solo stuff. Starry-Eyed Surprise. Banger.
Hell yeah. What was that, Armin van Buren that he did that?
Yeah, probably.
Sure.
Sounds great. Anything's believable. We're talking about Crazy Town. You can say whatever you want. They didn't do any meth.
Everything's imaginary. Yeah.
You've been in some bands. Have you ever had a song that you put out that now years later you're like, should have done that?
No, but there was one song I wrote called Princess, and it was about this girl. She was like a groupie of the band, and she dated the guitarist of Psyche R, my old band. And she was just this fucking moron. And it was basically like an insult thing because I hated her. And I would sing it to her, like right into her face every show. And she'd just dance and go, yeah!
Got a couple like that.
And I was just like, okay, all right. You fucking moron, like you.
If you guys got together and played a show this summer, would you put that in your set list?
Yeah, because last time I heard she was in a mental hospital and she shaved her head.
Oh. Wait, is it called Britney or Princess?
No. I wasn't even thinking about Britney at that time. No. This bitch was, Shannon.
Oh. Shout out, Shannon. Hope you're doing well.
You fucking nutbag. How about you? I know you wrote a song about a girl having an STD. Wasn't it actually true?
Undecided. Don't know.
Yeah. I thought we solved that riddle.
I mean, if you're asking me if I regret writing that song, no, I do not. It's one of my favorite songs.
What was it called, and where can we find it?
It was called Code Yellow, and there's only one place on the internet that you can find it, and I'm not saying where. Namely because there are some other lines in that song that today wouldn't fly, so I'll probably gotta find that and delete that. But that's not even the worst thing I've ever done. I mean, I've written some songs just god awful, like not production wise or lyrically, just things I should not have said and somehow got away with and still managed to get away with. And I think about it every day, keeping up at night, wondering like when I'm gonna see that cancel Colgate tweet, because it's coming.
I've been trying to get you canceled for years.
It
just can't happen.
I think I'm cancelable.
Yeah.
I'm like a white Dave Chappelle. And actually, if I'm thinking about it, there's like probably this other song that I did.
Stop. Just, you know what? Let's just bag that.
Why?
Because I know what you're gonna say, and it's awful.
But you asked me a question. I want to explain all the terrible.
You've said enough.
I've only been talking for 34 minutes.
Thank you guys so much. That is the end of this episode. Please be sure to subscribe, hit your like buttons, hit your notifications, comment if you'd like. If you disagree with this being Korn's worst song, or if you do agree, I don't know, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. And that is all that we have for this week's episode of Trend Kill Radio. Thank you so much. I am Sean Ryan.
And I am Coley Colgate. And if you don't want to know the answer to a question, don't ask, man.
This is Trend Kill Radio.
Can't cancel us, bitch.